but what is your relationship like with him and when we don't see you guys together?
Definitely like a coach. You know, he tells me what I need to do on and off the field. We definitely grown. Our relationship and everything has grown, so I'm just thankful to be here.
The rumors have been wild. The noise has been deafening. Shedeur Sanders supporters have been all over social media accusing Kevin Stefanski of sabotaging the rookie quarterback. The tension? You could cut it with a knife. But this week, Sanders finally broke his silence.
Overall, you know, I'm just happy to be here. Coach Stefanski, he's been coaching since I got here, and he's been doing a very great job, you know, with everything that's going on.
And what he said will shock you. Wait, what? No drama, no shots fired, no cryptic messages, just pure respect. While the internet was trying to create a war between coach and player, Sanders shut it down with class and professionalism that most veterans don't have. This is a rookie who gets it. A young man who understands that in the NFL, success isn't built on individual glory or social media beef. It's built on trust. It's built on relationships. It's built on buying into a system and making everyone around you better. And that's exactly what's happening in Cleveland right now.
So I'm never comfortable in a situation I'm in. I always want to exceed expectations and I always want to grow. You know, and each and every week I will want to put a better product of myself, be a better version of myself for the team.
The Cleveland Browns haven't had a quarterback win his first career start since 1995. 1995. Eric Zeier was the last man to do it, and since then, 29 years of failure. 29 years of watching rookie quarterbacks crumble under the weight of the dog pound's expectations. But on Sunday in Las Vegas, something changed. Shedeur Sanders became the 42nd quarterback to start for the Browns since 1999, and he became the first Cleveland quarterback to win his first NFL start in almost 3 decades. The 5th-round pick out of Colorado threw for 209 yards, 1 touchdown, and yes, 1 interception in a convincing 24-10 victory over the Raiders. But here's what you need to understand about this kid. This isn't some wide-eyed rookie basking in the glory of his first W. This isn't some cocky young gun pumping his chest about making history. No. Shedeur Sanders is hungry, and he made that crystal clear in his press conference this week.
Well, I'll say I'm definitely not comfortable, though. So that's first and foremost that I have another opportunity to go out there, but...
Not comfortable. Did you hear that? The man just made Browns history. Ended a 17-game losing streak for Cleveland quarterbacks making their first career starts, the longest streak by any franchise since 1950. And he's standing there telling us he's not comfortable. This is the mentality that separates the pretenders from the contenders in this league. Think about what this kid went through to get here. He was the 144th pick in the draft, 5th round, behind Dillon Gabriel, behind Joe Flacco, behind Kenny Pickett. He started the season as QB4 on the depth chart, 4th. Most guys in that position, they're practice squad fodder. They're clipboard holders. They're hoping to maybe get garbage time reps in a Week 17 blowout. But Sanders, he kept grinding. He kept working. He kept believing when the entire world was writing him off.
The reason why I am so confident in the way I am is the guys around believe.
Against the Raiders, Sanders completed 11 of 20 passes for 209 yards with 1 touchdown and 1 interception. And while those numbers might not blow you away, it's what he did in the critical moments that matters. Early in the game, facing pressure, Sanders did what elite quarterbacks do. He escaped the pocket, rolled right, and launched a 52-yard bomb to rookie Isaiah Bond that set up Cleveland's second touchdown. The 42 air yard pass was the longest completion by the Browns since 2023. Think about that. The Browns haven't had a quarterback willing and able to take shots downfield like that in years. Myles Garrett, who had 3 sacks in that game to give him 18 on the season, said it best. There aren't many guys in the league who can make that throw. But Sanders wasn't done. In the 4th quarter, with the game still hanging in the balance, he threw his first career NFL touchdown. A 66-yard screen pass to Dillon Sampson that Sampson took to the house, putting the game away for good. Now let's talk about what happened next, because this is where it gets really interesting. Browns coach Kevin Stefanski announced Monday that Sanders would start at home against the San Francisco 49ers, even though fellow rookie Dillon Gabriel cleared concussion protocol. Gabriel was supposed to be the guy. Third-round pick, higher pedigree, more experience, but Stefanski saw something in Sanders that he couldn't ignore. And you know what Sanders said when asked about keeping the starting job?
In life, you gotta understand how quickly things come or how long it comes. It could be taken at any point in time. So I'm never comfortable in a situation I'm in. I always want to exceed expectations and I always want to grow.
This kid gets it. He understands that one good game means nothing in the NFL. He understands that the Browns have cycled through 42 starting quarterbacks since 1999 because none of them could sustain success. He understands that Cleveland fans have been hurt so many times, they're afraid to hope. But here's what makes this story so compelling. Sanders isn't playing scared. He's not playing conservative. He's playing with an edge, with a confidence that borders on swagger, but it's backed up by genuine humility and work ethic.
Of course, and there's everything, you know, in the midst of a game that you can progress in. When it comes to like even footwork, when you're hitting the ball off, locating defenders, understand that the windows do close a little bit quicker, you know.
He's breaking down the nuances of the position like a 10-year veteran. Footwork on handoffs, locating defenders, understanding that NFL windows close faster than college windows. This is a rookie who's not just relying on talent. He's studying the game, dissecting every play, looking for ways to improve. And he needs to, because this Sunday, he's facing the San Francisco 49ers. The Niners are dealing with a boatload of injuries on the defensive side of the ball, but they're still one of the best coached defenses in the league. Sanders acknowledged that much in his press conference.
They're a well-coached team. Honestly, they rush the passer very good. They're great in coverage. They have great disguises overall.
This is another test, another opportunity to prove he belongs. And the hype is building. The President of the United States, yes, that president, gave Sanders a shout out this week. Trump has been a supporter of Sanders, and he made sure everyone knew he believed in the young quarterback.
Yeah, he definitely been a supporter, you know, for a minute. So I'm just thankful for him from, you know, even taking time out his day to be able to speak out, you know, in support.
The city of Cleveland is rallying behind this kid. The energy is different. There's a spark that's been missing from this franchise for years. Sanders brings electricity, he brings belief, and most importantly, he brings results. But let's not get ahead of ourselves here. The Browns are 3-11. They're in last place in the AFC North. They're not making the playoffs. This season is effectively over from a postseason perspective. So why does any of this matter? Because it's about the future. This is what the Browns need to evaluate over these final 6 games. Can he be the guy? Can he be the franchise quarterback this organization has been searching for since Bernie Kosar? These are the questions that will define Cleveland's offseason, their draft strategy, their entire trajectory moving forward. In Sanders, he's embracing the pressure. He's not running from it. Sanders has that belief, and now he's backing it up with performance. The connection with his receivers is growing. Harold Fannin Jr. is making plays after the catch. Isaiah Bond is stretching the field vertically. Dillon Sampson is giving him a safety valve out of the backfield who can turn a simple screen into a touchdown.
Yeah, of course, day by day, minute by minute, meeting by meeting, of course. I'm getting a little bit more comfortable and like being in that role, being in that position. They're getting more comfortable with me also. So
chemistry takes time. Timing takes reps. Trust takes results. Sanders is building all 3. And let's talk about his relationship with Kevin Stefanski, because there's been noise about this all week. Some of Sanders' supporters, and let's be honest, with Deion as his dad, he's got a loud fan base, have been accusing Stefanski of sabotaging the young quarterback, of not giving him a fair shot. When asked about it, Sanders handled it perfectly.
Yeah, well, what people do outside the building isn't really in my control. It's not in my power. So I don't, like I go out there and tell them to do whatever. You know, that's not nothing I can control or nothing I could do.
That is maturity. That is professionalism. He easily could have thrown fuel on that fire, could have played into the drama, could have created a rift between himself and his head coach. Instead, he shut it down, gave Stefanski credit, and moved on. Sunday against the 49ers is another step in that journey. The Browns ended a 13-game road losing streak against the Raiders, the longest active streak in the NFL and their second longest in franchise history. Now they're back home, back in front of the dog pound, back where Sanders will make his first start in front of the Cleveland faithful. Fun.
I feel like it'll be fun. I feel like it'll be very fun. You gotta understand, right now, I'm in grind mode, you know, mentally.
That's what's been missing from this franchise. The Browns have been miserable for so long, they forgot what it's like to have a quarterback who plays with joy, who plays with swagger, who plays with that infectious confidence that makes everyone around him better. Sanders has that it factor. You can't teach it. You can't draft it. You can't coach it. You either have it or you don't. And this kid, he's got it. The hard work is paying off. The 6 months of grinding as QB4, taking mental reps, studying film, learning the offense, it's all culminating in this moment. But Sanders knows the work is just beginning. One win doesn't define a career. One good game doesn't make you a franchise quarterback.
I don't ever dwell on the past and things that happened before.
Forward. That's the only direction that matters now. Forward into week 13. Forward into the rest of this season. Forward into a future that suddenly looks a lot brighter in Cleveland than it did 3 weeks ago. Sanders says his hard work is paying off, but he's not comfortable. He's not satisfied. He's not done. And that is exactly what the Cleveland Browns need right now. The question isn't whether Sanders can sustain this success. The question is whether Cleveland can build around him, support him, and give him the weapons and protection he needs to become what this franchise desperately needs him to be, the answer at quarterback. Sunday against San Francisco will tell us more. Every game from here on out will add another piece to the puzzle. But one thing is already clear. Shedeur Sanders isn't afraid of the moment. He's not afraid of the pressure. He's not afraid of the history. He's ready to make history. And in Cleveland, where hope has been dead for so long, that's worth believing in.